What is up, everybody, and welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Bandai Dragon Star series, and this is the very cool Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now this one is a older figure. It is part of Series 13. This one was actually released in 2019, so a few years old, but we are finally getting our hands on this one. They are pretty hard to find in our area, so anytime we see them on classified, see them in the store, we usually buy them up. Enough of me chatting. Awesome picture of Vegeta on the side here. We have Dragon Star series on the top here, Dragon Ball Super on the bottom, and you can hear Vegeta's tail just kind of rolling around here. Dragon Ball Super on the bottom, and on the back here we have all the other figures in Series 13. So we have Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Piccolo, and this is the Cape version. And on the bottom here we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Krillin. We are trying very hard to hunt down a Krillin, but we have no luck so far. And then the last one in Series 14 is Super Saiyan Gohan. Other than that, everybody, nothing else to show you guys with the packaging. We'll be right back with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta outside of the package. Accessories, well, actually we have 2 extra hands, 2 extra open hands, which we've seen these a lot of times before with a lot of the other Vegetas that I have in our collection. Alright, let's get down to the figure. Loving the hair. I think his hair is fantastic. The eyebrows and his eyes and all that stuff look cool. His face and his chest and all that stuff, the complexion is the same. It matches up. I know some of these Dragon Stars and the anime heroes and all that stuff, we usually get 2 different shades, but it's pretty close, man. Maybe it's my lighting, but it looks pretty good to me. Then we get down to his body and this tail that does not want to stay on, which is definitely an issue. I see his chest muscles kind of busting through here, and we have all kinds of texturing into the overall sculpt there. All kinds of fur, I guess it is. We haven't watched Dragon Ball GT yet, so I've seen this around. Obviously, I know of this version, but we haven't seen it on screen yet, so very excited. Everybody tells me that it's not that great, but I'm still going to watch it. We are still working our way through Dragon Ball Z. Getting back to the figure, I'm getting really sidetracked today. But yeah, his gloves and all that stuff look good, just purple plastic. His belt buckle is painted fairly clean. A little bit of the paint inside of his buckle is kind of scraped off, it's missing. And we have some scuff marks on the purple paint here. And we get down to his boots. We have some purple paint showing through the yellow. The yellow paint is not painted that great. And on the bottom here, the paint on the bottom of his boot is kind of a little bit sloppy as well. The pants itself are just plastic, navy blue or dark blue plastic. Looks like navy blue in my lighting anyways. If I am wrong, let me know in the comments below. But other than that, yeah, this one looks pretty good. Whatever's painted is decently painted. Not great. It could be worse, let's put it that way. We've had a lot worse. So for his tail, man, I really wish that would stay in. There's a little ball on the top here. You figured it would just kind of snap in, but it just does not want to snap in. It's almost like the peg is not long enough to snap in. It goes in a little bit, but yeah, not that great. If you push it over to the side, it actually stays in a little bit better. But if you turn it around or turn it up or whatever case may be, it pops out very, very easily. But yeah, you guys get the idea of what this one looks like. If you want to switch out the hands, you just pull this off. The other one just ports right on. I'm sure you guys are familiar about how to change out the hands, so I don't think that it's necessary for me to do that. So let's get down to articulation. Obviously, his head articulation is going to be limited because there's a lot of hair on the back here, and it's a hard, stiff plastic. So that only goes back this far. Forward this far, you do get some side to side. Not quite a full rotation. If you really, really want to force on it, lift up on this, I'm sure you can get the full rotation. We have a little bit of articulation in the neck, which goes back and forth as well. For his shoulders go up this far. There's no butterfly joint or anything like that that I can see, and there's no drop down or anything like that. Just a ball and peg here. So you get decent range of motion. It pivots around. We have a bicep swivel, which goes all the way around as well, and we have double jointed. Oh, this one's stiff. Making me nervous. And we have double jointed pin elbows as well. For his wrist, there's 2 ratchet joints here, and there's a ratchet joint down for his ankle as well. But these ratchet joints go back this far, down this far, and a full rotation all the way around. There's no ab crunch or anything like that, but there's a little ball joint down here as well, which goes back this far, forward this far, very stiff going forward. Very awkward actually, because he's always kind of tilted back. There's a big arch in his back. Maybe it's the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, it'd be very, very nice if you could go forward just a tiny bit. But yeah, so that goes... There you go. There's the ball joint. So obviously you can't put much pressure on that and it pops off. But it goes back this far, forward this far, some side to side, full rotation all the way around. It does come out to a complete split. We have drop down legs as well, so you get a little bit of added articulation. Goes forward this far, back this far. There's no thigh cut or anything like that, but we do have double jointed knees, which even though it's double jointed, we barely get 90 degrees out of it. So very, very limited articulation there, which kind of sucks, to be honest. And for his ankles, like I previously mentioned, there's a ratchet joint, and you put any pressure and this thing falls apart. So articulation wise, his foot doesn't go back very far, it goes forward this far and spins all the way around and comes off over and over. So wow, I was expecting this one just to be a little bit better. Feels very, very cheap. Like I previously mentioned, this is an older one. I know a lot of the newer Dragon Ball figures or the Dragon Star figures actually feel much better. Like any company, I know Bandai has been around for a long time, but they have improved. So I think that's the main thing here. This is an older one, so I can't judge it too harshly. Action figures have come a long way in the last 5 years. Somewhat of newer one, and the quality on this one is much better. This is the Piccolo superhero version. The joints on this one are solid. Paint application, all that stuff on this one are solid as well. This one has been played with a fair bit. My son likes to do stop motion, so I let him play with my toys. I mean, after all, that's what it's for. We can see that Super Saiyan 4 is a bit taller. And then we get Super Saiyan Vegeta. And Super Saiyan Vegeta is a little bit taller than Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And we have a regular... Oh, hit my camera. We have a regular Vegeta as well with his foot all twisted over. If you can't tell by now, my son and I are big fans of Vegeta. We definitely had to pick this one up when we seen it. But even the original version of Vegeta is a tad bit taller as well. And may as well put Goku in there as well. Goku is a tad bit taller from this angle. Goku's a bit taller, but when you go by the height of his forehead and his hair, Vegeta has a little bit of height on Goku. We did a few comparisons and we had a closer look, covered articulation, so that's pretty much going to wrap up this unboxing and figure review. Out of 10, I'm going to give this guy 7 out of 10. The joints are horrible on this one. The tail keeps falling off. The ankles, the foot keeps falling off. The legs are loose. Limited articulation in the upper body, and like I previously mentioned, the tail falls off, parts falls off. When you have an action figure and you try to move it around and parts fall off, obviously it can be a tad bit frustrating. But at the same time, I can't go any lower than a 7 because this one actually looks pretty cool when you stand it up. And from a distance, I think it looks fantastic. Like I said, the paint application is not too bad. The joints are not great. But other than that, everything else is pretty basic. It's pretty average, I should say, not basic. So yeah, I can't really knock it too much. And like I said, this one was released in 2019. So we're going on like 4 or 5 years here. So action figures have come a long way. Dragon Star series have definitely improved since then. So, as always, my friends, let me know what you think of our score of 7 out of 10. Let me know what you think of this figure. And what is your favorite Dragon Ball series? And who is your favorite Dragon Ball character of all time? If you like this review, don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. If you want to support the channel, we do have a channel membership. We have a merch store. And we have a Patreon. Check it out. And as always, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this review. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting. Stay safe. Go buy some toys.